The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time zone you're at. I know we have a lot of people in different time zones. And today I'm really excited because not only are you going to get training today, but today I'm going to actually show you inside of a funnel that we're doing and how we adjust it and how you can run ads to one and how you can do the same thing. So you're going to get, the real live stuff. So I want to welcome everybody. Don't forget, put the chat box there. Say hello to me. Tell me where you're at. I'm going to actually click on that now so I can see that stuff because I can't see it where I'm at. So stick that stuff in there if you don't mind, guys. I want to hear where you're at today. And let me also welcome Jessica. She's back with us today. Was not here last week. So I'm sure last week was just terrible because we didn't have her, but she's here today. So say hello.
Hey, everybody. Glad y'all are here. JR has some really great stuff for you today.
Yeah, so you stick around at the very end. I'm actually going to not only show you the ads that we're running, I'm going to show you the funnel, how it works, and it's really, really cool stuff. So I think you're really going to enjoy it. Like I said, okay, I see people saying hello there in the chat box now. Don't forget to do that, guys. I want to see what you got to say there. Let's see. We've got Bruce from Spain and Linda from Sarasota, Judith from where's that at? Bronx. Okay, that was an unusual way of spelling that. But that's okay. That's cool. Or I guess it was just the capitalized things there. Hey, Ronald, he's in Chicago. That's one of my coaching students right there. Really cool guy, doing very well. We got Debbie from Philly. Got a lot of people from the U.S. here. James in Maryland. David from Utah. JD from Moscow. That's very cool. So people from all over the place. So let's jump right into this because you're really going to like this. I would highly suggest you taking notes today because I'm going to go a little bit deep in this. I'm going to be honest with you. This isn't beginner stuff today. So, but this is the kind of stuff that you need to know because this is the stuff that kills beginners because they try to do these things. They don't know how to do it. They get poor results on running ads. And then they're like, ads don't work. When in the back of their mind, they know they work. They just don't know how to do them. Once again, we are full today. We filled up at the very end, so do not sign out because if you sign out, somebody is waiting in the wings to take your spot, and then you're going to miss it. We stay full that way. We just end up with different people, so don't do that. Okay, so let's take a look here and see what we got. Basically, we're trying to get profitable Facebook audiences today. So it's really about audiences and how to design these audiences. It's not as simple as saying, hey, I'm selling, fishing equipment. I'm going to go ahead and run an ad to people who like fishing because that's not going to work, guys. It's just not. It's not that easy. But once you go through this and if you apply these things, you're going to see that you're going to get results and you're going to see which audiences you got to kill, which ones you got to keep, all that good stuff. So audiences are made up of very unique people, right? There's a lot of different kinds of people in the world. Very strange people, right? People that do odd things. Jessica just shook when she saw that picture there. That's a great picture in the middle, isn't it? That's what you call serious. Some people like to get piercings, but this guy is committed, all right? He is committed to getting piercings. Some people just have a strange way of looking at things, or maybe they look strange, but they're going to be part of your audience. And some people kind of go overboard on these things. As you can see by this gentleman in the bottom left, sometimes you just go overboard. There's just no turning back from that, right? Because afterwards, he's not going to look too good. And then some people are born with what they're born with, and that's what they deal with on a daily basis. And actually, if you follow Howard Stern, that is actual Beetlejuice right there. If there's any Howard Stern fans on the call today, Beetlejuice is very famous on that show. And then, of course, you got the people who just kind of stand out based on their choices. And all these people make up your audiences, right? All these different kinds of people that are out there. We think that they kind of look like us, and they don't. They're different, right? So we want people who are going to take action. That's the whole point in running ads, some form of action. We don't want people just to, well, maybe we do want them to watch our videos some, but we want them to do stuff. We want them to opt in, right? We want to get their information. We want their name. We want their email. What else do we want them to do? We want them to download our stuff, right? Maybe we've got some downloadable stuff. Maybe we've got some information. If they do that, they like it, then of course, they'll become a customer of ours. We want them to read our content or consume our content. It could be a video, it could be a blog, it could be, information about our products, but we want them to do those things. What else do we want them to do? We want them to watch our videos, like I said, okay? Maybe you've got a video out there that explains your product or talks about your techniques or something like that. And of course, we want them to buy our offers. We want people who are going to spend money with us and do something, okay? So I'm going to ask you a question. You can type it in the little comment section there. How many audiences do you need? Just take a guess on how many audiences you need, okay? Is it A, 5 to 10? Is it B, 11 to 20? Or is it C, 21 to 50? That's a lot, isn't it? How many audiences do you need? I want to see what some of the comments are saying here. For running ads. How many audiences you need for running ads? Somebody says B, it's 11 to 20. I've got another vote for B. David says A. Judith's going with B. Marco's unsure. No, you got to pick one. You got to pick one. Hey, if the number of audiences doesn't match what you think, type in the box of how many you think you need, how many audiences you need. This will blow your mind. Now, this can be for one ad or it could be for all your products. I don't know. Just kind of type in there. People are saying, a lot of people are going for A right now. I don't know why they think A. All right, well, let's get the answer. You're going to need thousands of them. What? That's right. You're going to need thousands of audiences. On one ad alone that I'm running right now, or one campaign, excuse me, I said ad. One campaign I'm running alone, I'm going to show it to you at the end of this webinar today. I did a little, and you understand, like some of these trainings I do, I'll do it like right before the webinar so that I can get rid of a few of my mistakes, because I do make a lot of mistakes, and then I'll just record it. But it's recent. It's, I did it today or yesterday, whatever. So I did another one this morning that actually shows you inside that ad. So hang in here. I want to show you that. But you're going to end up needing thousands of audiences. It's insane. The one that I'm going to show you today, I think there's 22. Yeah, I know there is. I did a video on that just a little while ago. There's 22 different audiences in that one campaign alone. And I'm going to be adding more. Okay, so where do you start? Sources. How do you find these people, right? The first thing you can start with is people who actually visit your page. You can actually, you have to have your pixels installed, guys. If you don't, go back and watch one of my videos on how to install pixels. Make sure they're on there, because people are coming to your page every day now. And if you don't grab those people, when I say page, that could be your website, right? It could be your home page. It could be a particular product page. It could be a landing page, maybe something you got in ClickFunnels. It could be any number of these things, right? Also, people who like your competition's page. And what I'm talking about there is their page in Facebook, okay? So in Facebook, a lot of your competitors have pages and people like them. You can actually target those people if they're your target audience. That's a really cool way to go about it. You can also target people who like your page in Facebook. If you've got a lot of likes on there, hey, you can go back and target those folks. What about people who are on your list? That's a good start. And, if you've got over 100 people on any kind of list, whether it's buyers or, people who visit your site or opted in for something, you can retarget those people, and you can make lookalike audiences too, which we'll talk about later on. You can also target people who bought from you which obviously this is probably the best list you can get, right? And remember, when you target these people who bought from you, let's say that you got 150 people that bought from you, you upload that list to Facebook, and then you make a lookalike audience, which I'm going to go through in just a second. But don't forget that you got to update this. Don't make one lookalike audience from those 150 people, because on down the road, when you've got 500 people who bought from you, you want to upload that list, not, obviously because you've got more people, but obviously also because of the fact that you can make a better lookalike audience if you have more people. That way, Facebook has more data points to look at, and it's going to make this a whole lot easier, and your lookalike audience is going to be better. So don't make one lookalike audience and leave it there for 6 months. Make sure you keep changing that. You can also, get people who opted in for some offer that you have. Maybe they opted in, they didn't buy. So that would be a great audience to retarget or to make a lookalike audience, because those people are apt to do those actions. And then, of course, the lookalike audiences, which I've mentioned over and over again, all of these people above, you can make lookalike audiences to go along with it. Okay, and audience insights. Now, that's a really cool area, and I'm going to cover it today and how you can use audience insights to find even more audiences. Some of you guys don't even know you have this in your tools there. Facebook gives you so many tools, it's kind of overwhelming, but it's not hard to use. Okay, so stick with me, and you'll see exactly how to do that too. Okay, so what's the best audience size? Okay, I'm going to ask you again, and you go ahead and put your answers in that chat box over there. Is it 1,000 plus? Is it 10,000 plus? Is it 100,000 plus? Is it 1,000,000 people? Or does it depend on what your goal is? Go ahead and put your answer there in that little box over there. Okay, I'm getting some people saying B. Got a couple of A's. Somebody's saying D. Let's put your answer in there. Got a couple of E's. Linda, you got that. Ulrika, you got that. It does depend, right? Because, what if you're, running an ad to cold audience? Yeah, I like to have 1,000,000, 1.5 million in that. But, if I'm running retargeting ads to people who, maybe visited one of my sales pages, it may just be in the thousands. So, everybody wants this cookie cutter thing. What's the best logo? What exactly price should I charge for this? It's all a testing thing. Generally, if you're going to cold audiences, you want 1,000,000 plus, but I've done 600,000, 700,000. So it's really depending on what your goals are and what you want to do. Okay. I'm still getting more answers coming in there. So let's get into this a little bit more. And this is the video that I shot earlier, and I want to run you through all these audiences. Let me slide this stuff around here so we can get to the right spot. There we go. My little thing here covers this up. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. This is one video I just shot, so the sound may be a little bit different, but I just did this, okay? Okay, I'm here at an ad account, and the first thing I want to show you is how you can easily create custom audiences. Custom audiences are really awesome. You can do a lot of things with them. You can, create a custom audience that looks like people who went to your website. You can create a custom audience of people who bought something from you. I mean, the possibilities are endless. In this section, what I want to do is show you how to create an audience of people who bought a product from us. Now, the really cool thing about this is Facebook will take all the data points for these people, and they will go out and they will build an audience just like the one that I already have. Now, to create this custom audience, the first thing you have to do is upload a file of those people so that Facebook can work its magic. So the first step in this is you've got to upload that file. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to go up here to create audience, custom audience. And once I do that, you have a lot of different choices here. You can have a customer file, website traffic, app activity, offline activity, engagement. What I've done is I've downloaded a list of people that bought my book. Okay, so this is an e-commerce book. And the point is I want to run some ads. And to do that, I want to run it to people that want to buy my book. So how do you find people that want to buy your book? Well, the easiest thing to do is to find people who already bought your book, okay, or your product or your service or whatever it is, upload it to Facebook, and then let Facebook go run its magic. So the first thing I would need to do is I would have to have a customer file. And the more data points I have, the better off I am. If I just have their name, there could be a lot of people that are named John Smith, all right? But if I have their name and I have their email and I have their phone number and I have a lot of other data points, then of course they're going to be able to recognize that user a whole lot easier. So what I would do is click here and I would say add customers from my own file or copy and paste the data. They also have an integration. If you use MailChimp, you can import from MailChimp right here. So right here is the one I want because I do have a file, and I'm going to click on it. Now, right here, it's going to tell you that, Facebook's looking for email, they're looking for phone number, mobile advertiser ID, first name, last name, zip code, city, state, country, date of birth, year of birth, gender, age, Facebook app user ID, and Facebook page user ID. Those are the 15 identifiers. And they'll tell you right here, each identifier is used to match your customers to people on Facebook. To improve the potential match rate, include as many identifiers as possible. So, don't get lazy on this and don't just put their first and last name and phone number, because the more data points they have, the better off they can do. I would click upload file. I would find that particular file. And once I did that, it's going to ask me to match up all these data points. And I've already done that. So let's go back and I will show you that particular file, which is right here. This is the 4-step ecom book buyers. Now, once I've done this, and I want to do this in advance because it takes time to populate, and I can't sit here and wait while it populates because sometimes it can take hours. But once I've done that, now I can work on this custom audience. I click right here. Okay, so what I want to do now is create a lookalike audience. So I'm going to click right here. And as soon as I do that, it's going to say, what's the source? Where are you going to get these names from? And then once I click here, it's going to give me a choice of all these different audiences I have in here. So I want to scroll and I want to find this audience right here, which is the 4-step ecom book buyers. Okay. And once I've done that, it's going to ask me for what regions, or search for countries or regions to target if I want to target particular ones. So I do. So I'm going to put United States. I want to put in here Australia. We'll stick that in there. I'm going to put in the big 4, basically. Canada and the United Kingdom. These audiences work best for what I'm selling, which is, e-commerce training. So I'm going to put all those in there. Okay. So I've got my 4 geographic locations in here. Now, right down here, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this. I can get a bigger and bigger audience based on how well they match, okay? So a lookalike, I'm doing a lookalike for Australia, Canada, and 2 others. 1% would give me a 4-step at 1%, and that's going to give me 2.9 million people. Now, if I said, match it at 2%, so it gives me 5.9 million people. I'd slide it all the way down here to 10, and, I get 29 million people. I like to have it a little bit more precise. So I'm going to leave it right here, and it's saying I'm roughly getting 3 million people by doing that. So you can also click down here if you want, and as you can see, this is the audience. And once you click down here, it shows you all the estimated reach and so forth that you're going to get out of this. So yeah, let me close that. Don't need to do anything there. Then I'm just going to click right here, create audience. Facebook's going to go ahead and work its magic, and it's going to find me 2.9 million people. And it's really that easy. And then once I have that audience populated, let me kind of cancel off of here because it takes a while to do that. But once I have that created, it will say that that's the lookalike audience of my ecom book buyers, and it will be that 2.9 million. It's really that simple. Okay, so let's check out a really cool way to get more audiences, because this is what the advertising is all about. You're going to run an ad, and you're going to need a lot of audiences. And if you just do it the traditional way, you're going to run out of audiences pretty quick. So we want to make sure that we have enough audiences and that we're paying the right amount for these audiences. Because the more specific you get, the more things you throw out there, the more expensive your CPMs are going to be, or your cost per thousand. So I want to show you a really cool way that you can find audiences and you're kind of coming at them sideways. In other words, you're not just targeting exactly what you're selling. You're targeting people who would buy what you've got, but they are in a different type of audience. And let me show you how that works, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click up here, and we're going to have this drop down. It's going to give you your frequently used. It's not going to give you all your resources here. So it's giving me my ads manager, page posts, and pixels, because that's what I've been working on. So you need to come down here to all tools. And then when you do that, you want to come up here to where it says plan, and then you're going to click on audience insights right here, okay? Now, once you've done that, it's going to bring you to this particular page right here. And I want everybody on Facebook, okay? So that's what you would want to select. And you also could pick people connected to your page or a custom audience, but I don't want to in this case. I want to go right here. Now, once I've done this, you know, since I'm in the United States, it defaults to the United States. And it kind of breaks it down. It says there's 200 to 250 million monthly active people in the United States, which is pretty amazing because that's a lot of the United States, needless to say. And it breaks it down. It gives you different age groups here. It tells you if they're women, men. It gives you all that good stuff here. It gives you relationship statuses if you're interested in that. And it'll show you all that good stuff. And then down here, it'll give you job titles. But we don't want any of that. What we want to do, let me get rid of this. We want to click on page likes here, because what we're doing is we're trying to find some people who like pages based on the information of interest that I put over here, okay? So what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to go after, let's say, real estate people, people that want to buy a home or sell a home. And we're going to put some categories in here. Let me put Home Depot. And let's see what we get. And it's going to tell you at the top how big that audience is. So it says it's 10 to 15 million monthly active people. Now, here's what we want. We want to scroll down here because people who like at Home Depot, they also like Lowe's Home Improvement. They like Joann's Fabrics. They like Pier 1. They like Big Lots. And if you notice, these are pretty well related, okay? So I want to click the See More button, and that'll give me approximately 20 interests. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these interests right here. This is a little tricky. And I got it. Okay. So I'm going to copy all those interests. And then I'm going to go to an Excel spreadsheet. Now, you could use this in Google Sheets, which is exactly what I'm doing. And it's free. And I'm just going to paste it in there. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to search again. I'm going to get rid of that particular interest, which was Home Depot. And let's put something in here. Let's see what else we've got. Home. Let's put Home and Garden. It says that there's 70 to 80 million people interested in that. And I'm going to go down here and it's going to show me all the related things that these people like. And I'm going to copy that. Okay, got that. And then I'm going to go over here and put it in my trusty little spreadsheet. And then I'm going to go back to this audience. I'm going to clear it out again. And what do we want this time? Let's see what pops up when I put in home. Home improvement. Let's do home improvement. That's a good one. That gives me how many people? 15 to 20 million. We're going to grab all the other things they're interested in here. I'm going to copy that. Paste that into my sheet right here. And then I'm going to go back and do it again. This time, let's see here, what have I got? That was home improvement. It's up for real estate. What do I have here that I would like? I'll put in a moving company. Let's see what that does there, because I'm trying to sell some real estate, so that's what I'm trying to do. And let's see what I've got here. A little trouble grabbing those. Let me get it. There we go. All right, so I'm going to copy those. And I don't know if I have enough yet, but let me show you what I'm trying to do here. I'll paste that right there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort this first column. I don't care about any of these numbers or rankings or any of this stuff. So I'm just going to click on this column. Then I'm going to click Data, and I'm going to click Sort. And then what I start doing here is I start looking through. Al Franken, out of all 4 searches, only showed up 1 time. I don't want Al Franken, okay? But let's look at some of the other ones. All recipes showed up twice. And let's scroll down here. Big Lot showed up 3 times, okay? That would be one I would want, because what's happened is I've put in all these different interests, and Big Lots keep showing up for people in the United States who are interested in all these things. So I could actually target Big Lots and have a lower CPM and really be hitting the people that are interested in all these other things. Let's see what else. We got Dusty Old Thing here. I don't know what that is. It showed up 3 times though. So since Dusty Old Thing showed up 3 times, that would be an audience for me. And I can combine these. Hobby Lobby showed up a couple times. That may be a great one for me. We've got Home Goods showed up 3 times. That will definitely be one of my audiences, Home Goods. Joanne Fabric showed up a couple times. So I scroll through here. And what you want to do is you want to put as many related subjects that you can find in there. And, you know, I haven't picked enough really. I've only got 80 in here because I did 4 times 20. So, you know, I'd like to see you do about 200. And then if you got one that shows up 6, 7, 8 times, that's your new audience. Instead of spending all that money in the high CPMs that you'll have by targeting exactly with what you're selling, what you're doing is you're coming at it sideways. You're saying, hey, these people are interested in all these things over here, whether it be a moving company or whatever. You know, this one, I'm looking for real estate. So what I'm trying to do here is find people that are trying to buy or sell a house. And by doing so, I'm going to have a lower CPM, lower cost to get my customer, but I'm going to be hitting the same customers. So this is kind of a tricky way to use Facebook and to get really cool audiences and get more of them, because that's the key, to find more and more audiences so you can put your offers out there. Okay, guys, do you have any questions about that? Because I've got one other one where we're going to actually, this is me live again, where we're going to actually go into one of my campaigns and I'm going to show you how to run the ads and how to set up everything and how to check them and see the data and all that. So if you've got any questions on this right now, people are saying it's very interesting, that was helpful, that's cool, I'm glad. The next one is going to get a little bit more detailed, but I want to make sure everybody's cool with this and they get it. Somebody's saying that's a really neat way to find new audiences. Yes, it is. And it's a cheaper way to do it, right? So let's see here. I'm a teacher. What does it say? I've been teaching and missed a lot of this day. Well, shame on you, Mia. You shouldn't do that. You've got to be here. No, I'm just kidding you, of course. All you got to do is go into the group probably later on today or tomorrow, and I'll post this video. Is this in DCA? No, it's not in DCA. This is a little added extra stuff. It's, you know, people want everything in a course. I tell you, DCA is a big course. It's 116 videos, guys. 18 months to make that course. But it's impossible to put every single thing in there that's out there. In addition to that, new things pop up all the time. And I do make changes in there. Somebody says, perfect. Somebody says, I get confused once I am at the Facebook ad app. Good. Because you know what? I'm getting ready to go to it right now. And I'm going to show you exactly what we do in there. You guys ready for that? If you're ready, just say ready. Because I don't want to start until you're ready. A lot of folks out there. Would we be able to access the replay? Yes, you will. That'll be in the group if you're a member of the group. And I'm also going to give everybody saying ready, 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 ready. I'm also going to give you the link. Jessica's going to drop that link in, not right now, but in a few minutes, to that, the actual funnel that I'm getting ready to go into right now and show you guys. Okay, you guys ready? Let's go ahead and go over to that. I got a lot of readies in here, so let me get to this real quick. And let's get this started. Okay, I'm here at an ad account. And the first thing I want to show you is how you can, hey, guess what? That's the wrong one. This is the right one. Let me get to it. All right, a second. There we go. You inside of one of my campaigns and kind of let you see how it works and how you can set up these audiences and how to test them, how to figure out if they're working, if they're not working. And okay, so let's just jump right into it. This campaign here is the 4 Steps product book. Now, this is a book that teaches people how to find a product to sell online in just 4 steps. So this is the campaign itself, okay? So below the campaign, you've got the ad sets. This is where we're going to set our budget and our audience. And then below that, you have the ads. Those are the actual ads that are running, okay? So let's jump right in here. Let's take a look. Well, let's look at the surface of it first off. Overall, in this particular one, it has spent $2,043.73. Now, if you notice, the majority of it was spent right here because these were just some engagement things I ran. to, you know, get some shares and likes on the post beforehand. So we won't worry about that. We'll just worry about this one here. Ad spend of 1984.04. Now, this particular amount here is the cost per result, which means the result is, here's a result, purchases. Okay, I want purchases. The book itself sells for $5.60, and it's a downloadable, but there are also upsells on here. So my average right here for purchases is $24.05. That's what I make every time somebody goes through here on average because of the upsells. There's $47 upsells, there's $97 upsells. So my average person goes through here and I make $24.05. So if we take that $24.05 and we divide it by 2180, we'll find out that we're making about 10% return, okay? Which is not bad, okay? Over a month's time or so, it's not bad, 10% return. So what we can ascertain from that, if you get a 10% return and you did that every month, okay, you're getting 120% return on your money. That's pretty good. But let's figure out how that breaks down. So I'm going to click on this and go into the actual ad sets. Now, if you notice, there's a lot of ad sets in here, okay? There's a bunch of them. Matter of fact, what do we have? We have 22 ad sets in here. And what is an ad set? An ad set is your audience. This is where it's going out to, okay? So each ad set here is an audience, and it has a budget. If we scroll down here to the bottom, if you notice, these audiences down here, I didn't spend a whole lot of money on. This one here got $53 spent on it, 44. And if you notice, there was no sales here. Okay, this one here got one sale at 44 bucks. That ain't going to cut it because my average cart is 24.05. So I'm paying more than what I'm getting back. This one here, I spent $17.90. I was at $5 per day, and I got no sales on it. This one here is $28.97, $5 per day, no sales. So if you notice, all these down here that have like $5 on them, I never increased them. I ran them for, you know, anywhere from $20 to $40, $50 maybe. And if I didn't get a return on it, I just killed it. Okay, this one here I did get a return on, and you can see I kept trying it here. I spent $124.15, but my cost per result was $31.04. I only got 4 purchases here. So if my average cart's $24.05, that's going to be a loser. Okay, this one here I spent $15 on. It just wouldn't do anything. And this one I spent $14 on. This one here spent $29.63. I have no idea why I went all up to $49 on this. I must have really wanted it to work. This one here, $50, no results. Now this one here, once again, I spent $120 on it, and I got 3 sales on it, but it was $40 per sale. And since my average cart is $24.05, that's not going to do me any good. This one here, I spent $12 on this one. Okay, so now it gets interesting up in here. Now, if you notice, these here have higher amounts, but they all started at $5. Okay, so don't think I started at 20 or 30 bucks a day. I don't do that. And then you've got your total ad spend here, which is $482. This one here, cost per result was $21.94. Now notice this per purchase down here. This includes all the loser ones too. So now we're just looking up here in the top for the ones that were actually winning. Now at $21.94, okay, if my cart average value, or average sale, is $24.05. Let's take a look and see what that is profit-wise. I got a 9% return here. Okay, so I'm still running this one, but it's on the higher end. I don't like just getting a 9% return. I want a better return than that. But right now it's okay. So this next one here, I'm averaging, I got 35 sales on that one, $15.78. So 24.05 divided by 15.78. I actually got 52% return on that. Okay, so if you take 52%, multiply this out, 52 times 12, I got a 624% return. Now, I don't know what you're doing in the stock market, but it's a pretty good return, 624. Let's take a look at this one here. Right now, it's only costing me $7.85 to get a purchase. I got 16 purchases in here. So if I take 24.05 divided by 7.85, I've got a 300% return on this. It's insane, right? And then you take 300% and you multiply that times 12. So I've got a 3,670% net return. It's insane, right? This one here is new, so we can't really tell anything on that one yet. It's only spent $1.57. This one here, cost per result is 1174. So let's figure out what I made on that. 24.05 divided by 11.74. So that one I got a 200% return on. 200% is pretty good, right? Because you got 200 times 12. So yeah, I had 20. Was that 2400? Check my math here. Shouldn't do this live, should I? 200 times 12. Yeah, 2400%. So that's a pretty good return. So what we've done here is we've started with these, 22 different ad sets or audiences. Okay, that's what an ad set is, audience. And I've broken it down, narrowed it down to really 4, because this is a new one I just stuck in here. I just put a new ad in here the other day just to see what it would do. And right now it's not even spending much, so we're not going to worry about that. But now let's look inside some of these. Okay, so I'm going to open up this one here. Now I'm on ad sets, and when I click on this right here, it's going to take me to ads for that campaign. So let me just go ahead and click on it. Now what you're going to notice is I've got a bunch of different ads in here, right? And some of these ads, they didn't do anything, right? No sales, right? And then some of them did get sales. Some of them I'm still trying out here. This doesn't have a sale yet. This does. This one's got 6. So I'm just testing all these. Let's go back over here. Look at the ad sets again. I'm going to look at the next one, right? Which is this one here. And this is a retargeting campaign right here. And I've got 8 ads in here. I killed all these down on the bottom because I never made any money on them. Okay, it's nothing. These up here, these are all new. Just started running these. So this one here's only had $10 on it. This one's at 3. This one's at 3. This one here I keep running because my real actual cost in this particular ad set is only $6.74 for the winning one. Because when you take into account the $7.85, that has the losers in it too. So this one here is killing it, right? It's got 16 purchases, and I can go ahead and ramp this up now and start spending more money on this one because it's working for me. That's cool. So let's take a look at one of the other ones. And we'll look at this one here. And I've got, these ads that are in here, some of them have different pictures, some of them have different copy. These are all open letter, which I'll talk about at a later date on how you do that type of ad copy. I've only got one running in here now, and it looks like it's pretty profitable because these two here, you can see I was getting $45 per sale, which is not good, $32 per sale, which is not good. 12 works great. 33 purchases, I'm all in, right? That's a good one. So let's take a look at the last one here. And the last one here, I had 9 ads in. I'm down to 2 ads now. This one here just got started, really. I'm up to $17 here, so I'm going to start looking at this one real close because I only make $24.05 per cart, so that's kind of inching up towards that. This one here is $18.38, but it's doing pretty well because it's got 21 purchases in here. Let me kill this. So remind me tomorrow. I think I've done that like 5 days in a row now, or longer. So let me get back to this ad set area here. So as you can see, it's not a matter of putting one product out there and going, gee, hey, it worked or it didn't work. It's not like that at all. As a matter of fact, you're gonna start with a group of audiences. I started with 22 different, ad sets or audiences. And within each ad set, I had 8 or 9 different ads running. And then I started looking at, the purchases and how much I was making per purchase. And understand it's so important that when you have an ad running, that you don't just have a product, because my product sold for $5.60. If I'd only had that product there, these would all be losers, right? But since I have an upsell on there and I have a bump, and the bump is an audio of the book, so, that's another $9. So that would take that $5.60 into $14.60. So that would make these winners right away, right? These two. But I also have the bump in there. Excuse me. I also have the upsell in there, and the upsell is either $47 or $97. That's a split test page. So that brings my average cart up to $24.05. So as you can see, it's really important that you have a lot of audiences. Okay, that's key. A lot of audiences. You have a lot of different ads. And as soon as you start getting sales, you got to start looking at what your average cart value is. What is the average person bringing you in revenue? If it's above what you're spending, then you can move on. You're great. If it's below, like these down here, you kill them. And a lot of these I killed at $5, or $15 on this one here. Some of them I went up higher. So basically, that's how the audiences should be set up. If you do it this way, you'll get good results. Guess what? If you don't do it this way, you're not going to get good results. You'll be frustrated. It won't work for you. So that's how you do it. It's pretty simple once you know how to do it. And let's move on. Okay, guys, I'm ready to take any questions that you have about that. I know that was if you're just starting, that's a really in-depth, utilization of Facebook and advertising, and I get that. But if you have questions on it, maybe you're in the middle of ads right now, or maybe you're trying to design some ads, or maybe you're unsure about what copy to put or what picture to put. Now's the time to ask questions on that so I can field those for you, and you can get the answers that'll work for you. Somebody's saying, I'm just starting ads, and that was helpful. That's good. Somebody else is asking how to write ad copy. Well, that's a whole nother video altogether. Ad copy is, I will tell you this though, and I did a video in my car this morning about this. You can have the best copy in the world, and you can have the best video or image in the world. You can hire copywriters and artists and photographers. But if you're not sending it over to the right audience, in other words, if you're selling baseball gloves and you're sending it over to grandmas who like knitting, you're not going to do well. I got another question in here. Let me try to get to this other screen here. You track overall spend per campaign to define a break-even point, or just let it go? Basically, what I do is I start with probably 8 to 10 audiences, which is what I tell you to do. And we start with $5 ad spend on each ad set, which is your audience. Okay. So, you're looking at spending, $50 a day, something like that or less. And then within that, I'm going to have 4 to 5 different ads in there. So I may have 2 ads in there that have identical ad copy, but they'll have a couple different pictures in there. So, then I kind of whittle it down. Then I'll add more to it. Now, you don't want to put, $5 a day on an ad set and have, 19 ads in there. And understand your money's going to be spent at the ad set level, not the ad level. So if I have an ad set and it's, $5, which is your audience, it's going to try to spend $5 between all the audiences you have in there. So if you put, 12 audiences in there, it's trying to stretch $5 across all those audiences. It's not going to do well for you. You won't get enough data. You probably won't get enough sales. Somebody says here, if we have a mixed store, then we should increase the audience for all different product areas, right? No, that's not true. What you want to do is, if you have a mixed store, you want to create an audience that matches that one product you're selling. You never want to drive traffic to a mixed store. There's no point in doing that. What you want to do is you want to find a product within that mixed store and run an ad to that, whatever that niche is. This one here says, I just started running ads. This is a big help. Great, David. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see here. I just don't understand how to get the picture in and how to make an ad in Facebook. Facebook scares me. Heck, it scares me. I've been doing it for years. It scares me. I'm afraid I will do it wrong and nothing is going to show up right. And my ad will not show anyone anything. And it's just really confusing lingo to me. Yes, I agree. I agree with all that. But you know what? It was difficult to walk when you started walking, So my recommendation to you is watch some videos, and I have some on that, on how to set up, your Facebook ads first off. Okay. It's once you know it, and man, believe me, I'm thick on this stuff. I don't get it first time around. I just don't. I'm slow on this. I'm really good with ideas, but logistics I'm terrible at. So I have to do it over and over again. And but don't let that fear stop you, because that fear. And I went over this with one of my coaching clients the other day. But we all have this fear in us, and that fear is actually just nature. Nature says, hey, you live out here in the woods and these animals are going to attack you. And if you come out of your cave, you're going to get eaten by a lion. So you're afraid to do these things. And really, that's how your brain works. As soon as you decide to do something and it's the least little bit scary, your brain says, run back in the cave now before the lion eats you. You've got to do that. Okay. Because here's what happens. You have, 4 levels. I don't want to get into this, but I might as well real quick. You have 4 levels. You have your circumstances. And then you have your feelings about your circumstances. Okay, so your circumstances may be, I need to run Facebook ads. Then your feelings pop in and your feelings go, oh no, you don't want to do that. I've heard of people losing thousands of dollars and then the ad's not showing up and blah, blah, blah. So your mind starts to protect you and it says, don't do it. Don't do it, JR. Just don't run an ad. It'll be a whole lot easier. And then underneath your consequences and actions, the next step, underneath your consequences and feelings, your next step is your actions. So those feelings you had about the consequences, you're like, I don't know. I don't think I should do it. I just don't think I should do it. And then that stops your actions, and your actions is you don't run an ad. So what you have to do, no matter what your circumstances or consequences of running an ad, you've got to change your feelings about it. And you got to tell yourself, say, hey, there's people that have run ads before and they have made money. Okay. And that's why you're here right now anyhow, because you know it's possible. You've got that one part of your brain that's firing right. And then the other parts are firing, saying, run back in the cave. But you've got to get your mind right. You got to just resist what your brain's telling you to run back in the cave, because you know that if you run ads and you get good at it, you'll make money. So that will affect what your actions are. And then your actions are, you'll run some ads like I did. I just showed you. And did I fail some? Yeah, I did fail some, didn't I? I failed a lot. But I've got successes in there. And now the successful ads, I can put more money in and I can make up for all those unsuccessful ones. And we talk about this theory in Digital Cash Academy, but I want you guys to see it firsthand so you can see what's going on. Okay, so remember that, your circumstances, and then underneath your circumstances, jot this down, are your feelings. Those are the things you got to work on. Underneath your feelings are your actions, what you do. Underneath your actions are the results. So those are just 4 steps. If you can get those through your brain, you're doing good. Can Facebook ads work if you're not in the States? The purchase of an online product is by far greater than any other places in the world. Sure, it doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter, because most of these products are shipped from China anyhow. So if I'm in the United States and I'm running ads to people in the United States and shipping it to them from China, it doesn't matter. And if you have a digital product, like I have some digital products, what difference does it make? As long as they speak the language, they understand what you're doing. Let's see here. I have been reading a book about Facebook ads. That's good. Be careful. I always tell people, there's really great stuff out there and there's really horrible stuff out there. Matter of fact, Jessica is going to go ahead and put a link in the comments section now to that funnel that we just went through, so you can see. Oh, it's already there. I see it. So if you look down there, it says 4 steps to picking the perfect audience. That should say products, because that's the 4 steps to picking the perfect product. That's not about audiences. So make sure you look at that. Go through the funnel, spend the $5.60. Heck, I need the money, I just won't do well without that 560. You said the replay would be available to members. I just want to verify members of which group. It's going to be in the Art of E-commerce Success. Somebody's saying, what is the link to the Aweber? You have an Aweber trial thing. Can you put that link in there, Jessica? And somebody else wants the link to Digital Cash Academy, that free webinar they can go through. So she's going to put those links in there. I'm still trying to find a selling product, so stay away from driving traffic to a mixed store. Yeah, here's what you want to do, Ferris. I highly recommend the 4 steps to finding a profitable product to sell online. She just put that link in there, and if you click on that first link that says jrfisher.kartra.com, then it's got a page, something T12. If you click on that, you'll actually see that funnel that we just went through, and you can get that book that shows you how to find products. So that makes it really, really easy. James is laughing. I'm not sure why, James. Did I screw up? I may have screwed up. I don't know. He's laughing out there at me. Somebody's laughing. Okay, somebody's saying that's helpful, but I've got to practice it. Yeah, you do. And I do too. You know what? And as soon as we get good at this, right, what does technology do? It changes, right? And they put new things in Facebook and new things pop up. So I've got a minute or two. I've gone way over today. I apologize for that, guys, but I want to give you really good content, stuff you can use. If you've got 1 or 2 more questions, I can entertain those. Jot them in the box. I'm still looking at some of these other questions in here, making sure I hit all of these. Is it okay to allow someone that is outsourced access to specific training to help along faster? If it's my courses, you're really not allowed to do that, because what it does is it tracks your IP address. And if you give it to somebody else, it will come and it will send these big guys to your front door, and they'll beat you up and pull you out of your house or something like that. Or it'll cut you out of the program. I'm not sure which. So if it's a program you bought from me, no, those are all tracked. So you don't want to do that. If it's the Facebook group, sure, invite them, or to any of my free training, feel free to let them do that. Great content, very good. Thank you, James. Somebody's telling me about something about lunch. That's what we're getting ready to do. Every Friday we go to lunch, and I have a lot of you guys who are friends of mine on Facebook now, and we post a bunch of pictures about our lunch, and that's what we do. Will the book discuss the software? No, Karis, the book is it's a 40-page book, and what it does, the one I'm talking about in this particular one, is what it does is it shows you 4 steps to finding profitable products to sell on Facebook. In other words, it shows you how to go in there and search them. Do you need to have Kartra to get the funnel? Not sure what funnel you're talking about. You talking about my funnel, Patria? I don't know. The funnel is really simple. All the funnel is on this book is it's a product. It's got a product page. They click, a little window pops up, and they opt in. And as soon as they opt in, I grab their email, right? Put them on my list. Okay, so I'm explaining it to you now. And then what it does is it takes them to the checkout. And when they check out, there's a bump on there for an audio of the book. And then once they check out from there, there's an upsell to one of my courses. So it's really pretty simple. Petra has Kartra already? Whoa, you're an early adopter. That's just come out. I haven't even told people about Kartra yet. Now everybody's going to be searching for Kartra. But hold off on it because I'm probably going to have a link that'll save you some money. It'll be an affiliate link for us, but it will save you some money. Okay, guys, it's been a great session today. I really appreciate all you guys sticking in here. I hope you got a lot out of this. Don't forget to join the group. Click on those links there. Get all that information. Ask questions in the group. Feel free to do so. Send me messages if you see me online. If you want to friend me, feel free to do so. I think I have like 30 spots left for people to friend me. I've got like 4,900 and some odd friends online now, and I think they only max you out at 5,000. So anyhow, we're going to head out to lunch. Jessica, do you have any parting words for anybody? I know she'll just talk on and on and on. It's going to be so hard to stop her.
No, but JR did go over a lot, so once he posts it, I definitely suggest you going back through the video, and feel free to ask questions after you go through it a second time.
Okay, guys, you have a wonderful day. We're heading off to lunch. Have a great weekend, and I will see you soon.